Welcome, good morning. It's an honor to have you this morning. So thinking about discernment, really beloved verse, well, I love it anyways. It's Acts 17:11. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. So they checked the scriptures, okay? They listened to the Apostle Paul, and they were, it was a brand new kind of teaching, and they were like, well, I'm sure pretty much wide-eyed listening, like, what's going on? This is like, you mean the Messiah has come? How is that possible? Is it really so? But they didn't just offhandedly reject it. They took it, and then they checked the scriptures. They were very serious about it. And we love that verse. I love that verse. We love that verse because it speaks about a certain mindset, and that's the mindset of discernment. Because discernment is focused on the truth. It's asking questions like, is this true? Does this align with the scripture we already have, what I know? Does this glorify Christ? Okay. And when you ask those questions, it leads to a lot of clarity, and it leads to, actually peace and the harmony of thinking in the truth. But when you judge the other way around, it's not discernment, it's judgment. Then you ask very different questions. You ask questions like, who is right? Okay, who is better? Who is failing? Okay, you're not asking questions about truth. You're asking questions about people. You're asking questions, who is right? Okay, let's say in my marriage, who is more right? Is it my wife or is it me? In this situation today, in this argument, whatever. Okay, and then who is failing? Who is better? We're not asking questions like, what glorifies Christ? Okay, that would be a very different story. You understand the difference. That is the difference between actual discernment and judgment. And that kind of judgment, it is really always self-focused, because we're asking that question because we want to come out better, and that's the whole idea. Who's right, who's better, who is failing? Okay, a great example would be Romans 14, 1 and 3. It says, him that is weak in the faith receive you, but not to doubtful disputations. Let not him that eats despise him that eats not. Let not him which eats not judge him that eats, for God has received him. So the idea here is, Paul is saying, in those days the issue was eating meat sacrificed to idols or not eating it, okay? And I don't know what it would be today as a Christian. Putting a fish on your car or not, wearing a cross or not, carrying a Bible or not, or something of the sort. And it would be very easy to say, because we know not to judge. Okay, so I know not to judge, but I don't judge, but internally I know that those who eat meat sacrificed to idols, obviously the ones who don't eat, those are the better ones. Those are more holy. We all know this, okay? Or vice versa. Those who eat the meat sacrificed to idols, those are the more mature ones. We know, okay? What is this? It's an answer to the question, who is better? And that is about judgment. Judgment that we're really not called to do as believers. So this is just a little help in differentiating between those two. Legalism always kind of considers, how am I justified in this? How do I come out as the more correct one in this? And there's always like a self-justification going on when there is this kind of judgment, when there is this kind of legalism going on. But in discernment, you look out towards truth, and then you apply that first to yourself, and then to the situation or help the other person. Spiritual maturity is not the freedom to judge others. Spiritual maturity is faithfulness to truth, and then you use that to discern value while you take responsibility to help each other walking in grace. That's a good statement. God bless your day.